I am sick of your harassment. You have no right to tell me what I can and cannot plant on my deck. I knew the HOA had lost its mind the day. Brenda Sterling taped a bright orange bill to my door that read $600 view fee due in 10 days. I stood on my little deck, staring past my faded grill at the same boring hill I've seen for 5 years. The view is a patch of scrub and a power pole that buzzes like a wasp. Brenda, our HOA president with the permanent sunglasses and the tight smile, stood on the sidewalk like a meter maid. She said, "Your new deck panels improved your view. The community should be compensated." She actually said it like I'd stolen sunlight from her purse. I laughed because it was so dumb. Then I realized she was serious. The bill had a stamp, a real stamp. I went to the next board meeting with my receipt for the deck panels and a copy of the bylaws. I pointed to the page that listed all the fees: pool key, late dues, trash can violations. There was no view fee. Brenda tilted her head like a cat watching a goldfish and said, "The board can add reasonable fees to protect property values." The other board members avoided my eyes and shuffled papers like they were allergic to courage. I knocked on neighbors' doors. Everyone whispered. "Don't make her mad," Mrs. Patel said. Last time someone argued, their garden box got flagged for height. People were scared of the sunglasses. That was when I felt the heat in my chest. Sharp, hot, unfair. I went home and spread the bylaws on my table like battle plans. If she wanted to charge me for air, I would charge her with truth. I started with public records. I learned the board must post new fees for a vote and mail notices before enforcing. There were no notices. So first, I filed a written request for records under our state HOA law. Brenda replied with a 3-line email. "Records are internal. Your request is denied. Cute, not legal." I printed the email and stuck it on my fridge like a trophy. Next, I walked the neighborhood at sunrise and took photos. Here's the twist. The best view in our community is at the top of the hill. Guess whose yard blocks half of it with an extra tall pergola that never got approved? Brenda's. There it was, like a giant wooden eyebrow over the valley. I checked the city permit site. No permits. My smile felt dangerous. I called the city inspector and sent my photos. He thanked me and said, "We'll take a look." Then I wrote a demand letter to the board. Simple grade 5, English and all. Your new fee is not in the bylaws. You did not give notice. You targeted me. Refund my $600 charge and stop the fee, or I will sue. I sent it certified. 10 days passed. Brenda answered with another orange bill and a note. Final warning. So, I sued the board in small claims court for an illegal assessment and harassment. I asked for the $600 and my filing costs. I attached the bylaws, the emails, and everything, like puzzle pieces that spelled hell. Word spread fast. The next board meeting packed the clubhouse. Neighbors were lined up with phones out like it was a concert. Brenda walked in early, hair sprayed like a helmet, and tried to start the meeting with, "Good evening, everyone." People laughed. I stood and read my demand letter out loud. My voice shook at first. Then it didn't. Halfway through, there was a knock. 2 city inspectors stepped in with clipboards. I swear the room dipped like a roller coaster. "Are members of the board present?" One inspector asked. Brenda raised her hand. He said, "We're here about unpermitted structures and improper fee notices." The room gasped and buzzed. Someone whooped. Mrs. Patel actually clapped her hands. Brenda went pale. "We can discuss that later," she said, waving her pen. The inspector shook his head. "We tried," he said. No one returned our calls. He handed her a notice, a bright yellow one, the opposite of her orange bills. Cameras zoomed in. Then came court day. I wore my best shirt and brought a folder that could stop a door. Brenda brought a binder with tabs like a school project and called me dramatic to the judge. The judge asked one question. Show me where the view fee exists in your bylaws. Brenda flipped pages like they were on fire. Silence. The judge turned to me. You requested records. I showed the denial email. The judge nodded, slow and heavy. That's not how this works, he said to Brenda. He ordered the fee void, the $600 returned, and told the board to pay my filing costs. He also said any new fees must follow the law, or he'd see them again soon. When I stepped into the hall, people from my neighborhood were waiting. They cheered. Someone handed me a cupcake with $600 written in blue frosting. It tasted like justice. Too much sugar. The city later posted a notice on Brenda's pergola. Remove or permit. She had to take it down in the heat while neighbors filmed from their porches. Her sunglasses did not help. At the next election, Brenda tried to act calm, but the sunglasses were gone. People asked real questions. Why did you deny records? Why did you invent a fee? A dad in a baseball cap said, "We need leaders, not hall monitors." The vote was brutal. Brenda lost her seat. The board sent out a letter that said, "We apologize for confusion," which is HOA for "we messed up." They refunded anyone who had paid the view fee, which was exactly 0 people because of the noise we made. They also posted all minutes and proposed fees online, just like the law says. Now my deck is quiet again. The power pole still buzzes. My grill still flares up at the worst times, but no more orange bills. No more fear. When I see neighbors on the hill, they smile. We wave. Sometimes we joke about charging each other a wind fee. And when I walk past Brenda's yard, there's open sky where the tall pergola used to be. The view is free. The feeling is better. And the lesson is simple. Bullies hate sunlight. So open the blinds. Please subscribe to Karen Conflict for more stories like this.